Welcome in, everybody. Hey, welcome. Hope everybody is having a good night. Fire's looking pretty good. I got the smaller, fire logs, Duraflame, so they're not going to last as long. But I did bring some wood in just in case. Good evening. I actually wrote things down today that I wanted to talk about. Welcome in, everybody. I'll tell you, when I was teaching, I had a pretty damn good immune system, because you're around all these walking germ-filled petri dishes all the time. Kids are sneezing without covering their mouth and all that. And I was pretty good. I maybe once a year I got bronchitis or something like that. But I'll tell you, now that I've been out this is my third year out, it's like my wife and son keep bringing this shit home. Oh my God. I'm coming down with something. Sore throat, headache, the whole 9 yards. Good times. Good times. No, I don't have the mystery sickness. I heard about that. That was hitting around here big, in the mid to late fall. It was a big problem, in New York City and all that. But no, I just think I'm getting the usual cold, Yeah, me too, Lori. And I'm not. I'm really. I don't like going to the doctor because I don't like being put on medication unless I really need it. You guys have all heard and read the reports about, antibiotics starting to not work because they're so overused in your system. And, so unless I'm, really sick, like swollen glands, fever, the whole thing, I'm not going to go to the doctor. And I'll just take care of it at home with a lot of rest and a lot of water. I'll take a what are those things called? Not energies. It's those vitamin C tablets you put in water, and it's got zinc in there. And I don't know if they work, but I think an extra shot of vitamin C is not a bad thing. Airborne, yes. I don't think that's a bad thing to take. And I'll take, Mucinex, the stuff over the counter, the stuff that you just get in a grocery store or something that you could just pick up, and that just doesn't do it for me. I need to get the stuff from behind the counter. But 'tis the season. Really, I have nothing to worry. I have nothing to complain about because it's winter. There's not a lot of fresh air going into houses or schools and all that. So schools are canceled tomorrow. Wow. Yeah, there was no, she's not, I don't think she's blocked. I checked once before and she wasn't blocked on here. Does she have another account or something that she can come in on? Because in order to unblock her, I would have to end my live. So, God, there's so much to talk about, and I don't know. Mods can unblock. Yeah, I could have sworn. It was, she's unblocked. You know, I always start out with a song that has something to do with what I want to talk about today. You know, I put a post out on Saturday, and it was a response to something that Florida Man said Thursday night. And I heard it, and I thought about it, and, you know, I've heard him say over and over again, leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. He's said that before. So on Saturday, I made the post. And it says, FM, you keep saying leave me alone and I'll leave you alone, right? Challenge accepted. I'm not going to utter your name, refer to you, post about you, nothing. Let's see if you can be true to your own word. And I put the timestamp on it, which was 1:30 on Saturday. You know, I've listened to friends of his say, if you leave him alone, he'll leave you alone. I'm like, you know what? Okay. Because, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, going to the extent that he goes to and others, calling police for no reason, calling family members, doing all that stuff. It's like, it gets to a point where it's like, why the fuck am I even going back with this guy? Back and forth with him, you know? I've never even verged borderline of anything that he's done to anybody, you know? And I'm just like, you know what? This just is not worth it. It's just not worth it. You know, I'm tired of... you know, talking to police about, you know, these idiots on TikTok and all that stuff. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna say, listen, you leave me the fuck alone, I'll leave you alone. And of course, he couldn't do that.
This is currently, he's live.
When Sebastian gets arrested, I will change my profile picture to her mugshot. I will also be green screen all day, every day.
Good morning, please.
And same with Scammy Claus.
Where you said you couldn't.
Because Scammy Claus don't think that me being quiet. Don't for a second think I haven't called your police department and asked them if they give information out, because they don't. You lied, Scammy Claus. You said the police got called on you, you changed your...
That was a...
no fucking way.
Something stopped in
his call on you, you changed your FOIA. They won't tell you the gender of who called. And if they did...
FOIA it, though, you dumb motherfucker.
Well, it's in internal investigations now. Because
he's not mad.
Gave information out without a FOIA. And they might be paying you a visit for real this time to question you about your fucking lies on TikTok.
Oh. So the police, first of all, are going to question me about my lies on TikTok. That's the first thing. Number two, for somebody who starts a statement, what was it? Something about, if you think I'm leaving you alone or something like that, and then he starts talking about me, no. And I hope that everybody hears this, because this is what we have been saying for a long time. I heard Amanda over there today saying, oh, we should have a big round table and those people, you know, that have their issues should come together. Why? Why should we get together and have a talk with him? It doesn't stop. You know, it's like, what's the point? What's the point? He couldn't even do it for a little more than a day. You know, it's just, I am at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. The amount of lies that he says on a daily basis over there. If I was following a creator on here that lied all the time, why would I follow them? That's the part I don't get. Like, just having common sense. If you're following somebody, you're supporting a creator that just constantly lies about shit and does the stuff that they do. Somebody will need to explain to me why they still follow him. I mean, it's like he's trying to make himself out to be this victim now, which cracks me up. And what makes me laugh even harder are these people that are over there that are acting like they're victims now. Oh, so-and-so put my information up. Oh, stop. Just stop. One thing that I've stayed absolutely rock solid on ever since I got on this app is I don't agree with doxing. And I don't care who it is. I have said that from day one. Day one. And the doxing that is done over there is not good, it is for completely malicious intent. It's not a oopsie, I didn't mean to show that. Oops. My mistake. I know for a fact, and I forgot who reminded me of this. I was live one time and I forgot about it. But I accidentally did show Maggie's information one time. And as soon as I saw and somebody said, oh, you didn't redact something, I took it off. But there's no redacting when people that are in that group. And listen, when I say people, listen, some people say, well, you have to say the names. You know who they are. I don't have to say the names. I don't have to pinpoint who they are. Everybody knows who the people are when they dox people. They do it on purpose. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know? And now they're all pissed. A lot of people have been doxxed this weekend. And now the victims of that are pissed off. And they're very vocal about it. And again, like everybody who has been and continues to be a victim says, oh, now you have a problem with it. You know, where was that same energy when you were in Florida Man's Live and he was doxing people? Where were you to stand up and say, hey, you know, in the chat or getting in box, you know, Mike, you shouldn't do that. But you'll go to somebody else's live and you'll be vocal about it, right? Let's listen to the rest of the live there.
Yeah, Skittles gets blocked. Fuck that messy bitch.
Hello, 911. I'm calling because there's a girl on TikTok that's being very, very mean to me.
Have you gotten talked to yet, Skittles?
Can you go arrest her, please?
Because Illinois don't get
Right, Alice?
That person is freaking hilarious.
Uno reverse, bitch. I like handcuffs. Fucking Alice. Oh, man.
Oh, got a violation.
Shocking. You got a violation, huh? So according to Mike, I'm going to be going to prison. And there's an internal investigation. Internal Affairs is doing an investigation on my police department. And the police may come and visit me because of this, unlike last time. And come visit me because of my lies on TikTok. And all I can imagine is the people over there thinking that he's telling the truth. I am going tomorrow to the police department, and I am going to FOIA phone calls that have come in between Thursday and yesterday. Because according to him, he's called twice now. So I'm going to pull those. And once I get those, I will play those for everybody to hear. And we could see exactly who's on the phone calls. And if you remember correctly, when I said I was going to do it that one other time with Ghost Lawyer, I did it. And I even got the body cam and all that. And where did that go? It went absolutely nowhere. You know, I saw, let me see if I can find this. I took a screenshot today. Let me see if I could find it. Is this it? No, that's not it. This one here. Look at what what is that? Positive. I can't even read that. Pause lives best friend. I don't even know. Pause, okay? She says, I do not believe in using resources for drama. I do not believe in using resources for drama. Well, Pause, you got to talk to somebody about that. Because speaking for myself here, I've never used resources for drama. I've never called anybody on anybody, except I did call Social Security on Maggie Foster. Absolutely, I did. The hundreds of thousands of dollars she collects on a yearly basis while she's not claiming it on her taxes, she's not claiming it to Social Security, and she's still getting our taxpayer benefits. Absolutely, I called on her. And in fact, I will be calling again, too, because it was a year ago, this past February, that I originally reported her. So yes, I will be doing that again. Because you know what that is? That's called she's breaking the law. And especially when she is so outwardly breaking the law on this app on a daily basis multiple times. And it's so apparent and it's so in everybody's face. Absolutely. Yeah, I am. Mm-hmm. So again, where do we go from here? So if you don't do anything, if you say you're not going to talk about him anymore, he continues to. There's been people on here that have been off the app, and he's still talking about them. So Amanda said today, you know, pretty much this has to stop, you know. Listening to Amanda's live today, I just sat here and shook my head. She keeps talking about people sticking their nose into other people's business. Hello, Amanda. That's all you do. You were putting yourself in the whole Florida Man business today with Smashley. Why? You're not a part of that. And then you start trying to act like Inspector Clouseau over there, saying, well, you know, this whole Florida Man started, but you don't even know how it started. You have no clue, Amanda. Talking about putting yourself in the middle of something. So why don't you do your research and you can figure out how all this started? Because if you don't have a clue, you really shouldn't talk on it. And if it doesn't, according to you, your own words, if it doesn't pertain to you and you're not part of it, then stay out of it, right? You talk about today, oh gee, why are you streaming me? You're getting into business. You don't belong in it, and this and that. And I can't believe you sit here and you stream. And are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You talk about people being obsessed with Florida Man. Obsessed with Florida Man, huh? How many months did you fucking go on TikTok and every time you went on, all you did was talk about T the entire time? Talk about being fucking obsessed. Good to see you. I love listening when these people go live, because you can listen to their live and everything that they're complaining about or calling people out on, they've either done or Florida Man has either done. And you sit there and you think, is she listening to what she's saying right now? Is she listening to that? Just like what, let me bring that screenshot up again. Just like what Pause said. Pause said, I do not believe in using resources for drama. Well, guess what, Pause? Florida Man does it all the time. You going to call him out on that? You're going to call him out and I don't want to hear, I emailed him behind the scenes and I told him it's not very nice. Really? So y'all can blast everybody all loud and proud in somebody else's box for doing something that you don't like, but then you go into somebody else's box who's doing it and you're not going to call them out? What? That's just crazy. Last thing about Florida Man that I want to say, and then I have other things to talk about. There are so many people over that are in Mike's lives and in boxes and all that have kids. And it doesn't matter what age. It doesn't matter if they're adults, if they're young kids. They want to constantly put a false jacket on me saying that I sympathize with Mr. T because I was reading his police report or his court documents. And they want to put that fake false jacket on me for that, which is bullshit. And I've said a million times. Listen to my whole live. Well, guess what, guys? You support somebody who openly said he reached out to pedos. And he's giving them think about that. Think about that. Oh, yeah, he made a video of it. Showed her kid's school. Showed pictures of some pedos in her area. And said that he was going to reach out to them. And so I would like everybody that still supports Mike What kind of jacket should we put on him? Because unlike mine, his is not false. He actively made a video about that. So you tell me what that's all about, guys. Tell me how anybody over there who has kids could support that. Hold on a minute. I'm going to throw some wood on there. Tell me how anybody could support him for doing that. Like how far does somebody have to go like that to finally say, yeah, I'm done? I'm not going to do a recap. You can watch it on, it'll be posted on YT. Where is your morality line in the sand where you say, you know what, that's too far, I can't. They called the police on Megan again today? Are you kidding me? I have a screenshot of him saying that just because he took it down, it still exists. Yeah, it does. Of course it does. You don't get to do a my bad, or you don't get to do a, ooh, gotcha, or something like that when you post something like that, or oops, I'm sorry. No, it doesn't happen like that. I can tell you that I have indeed, I'm not going to tell you how many people, but I have been contacted by people that have been over there and are not in his lives anymore. And they asked me, how do I protect myself? Because remember when I went live that day, I said, if there's anybody that wants to get out of that group and you're afraid, reach out to me. I was reached out to. And I had a very nice conversation with somebody. I'm going to be honest with you. I never liked the person. Oh, you too, MJ? And I had a nice conversation of messages back and forth. And I told this person what to do. I told this person how to protect themselves, on TikTok, what they can do behind the scenes to make sure that they're safe, all those things. And I'm not going to give out that information because that's serious shit. We all know. We all know how far he goes. But again, I'll say, I tried. His people saying, well, why don't you just leave him alone and he'll leave you alone? I think Red said that a couple nights ago when she was in Smash's live. Well, just leave him alone and he'll leave you alone. See, no, I've proved that. And I hope all of you over there, because I know you're going to listen to my live, I hope you all hear this. He doesn't leave you alone. I knew he saw the video I posted because he made a comment about it in his live last night before he started talking about me and threatening me again. So no, he does not stop. So tell me again how if you just leave him alone, he'll leave you alone. because it doesn't happen that way. That's all I'm going to say about Florida Man, because quite honestly, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. I'll get my FOIA request tomorrow. Well, I'll put him in tomorrow. I think it takes like 24 to 48 hours to get it. I'll get it, and then I will play them on here so everybody can hear who exactly called. And I can guarantee who it is, but, you know, I will let you know. And again, you know, as I've told everybody, make sure you save everything. Save all the videos he's made about you, all the threats he's made to you. If he's called your police department, FOIA all that information, because as MJ said, those are all extra charges that he's getting up, that he's getting on himself. I'm just saving everything now, putting it together, putting it aside, and as soon as he is incarcerated, that's when I'll hit him with the charges. So he'll just get something else on his record. And for him to think, one of the things I have to say was funny that he said last night, is he said that when he's arrested, he'll have mugshots next to, I think he said myself and Smash. Yeah, okay. And then he said something like, and I'll be out in 24 hours. Like he said, quote, I'll be out in 24 hours. If he honestly thinks he's going to be out in 24 hours, if that's what he's banking on, oh my. In maybe his head, he thinks so. I don't think it's going to work like that. You know, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident that he's not going to be released. Especially when he has been, you know, living in a vehicle and, you know, running around the country, does not have a place to live. And if that doesn't say that that is a good candidate for running out on bail or a bond, I don't know what is. Because if they do let him out, he'll be gone. So that's that. I want to play. I'm telling you, Mallory, why are you so freaking obsessed with me, Mallory? God. Like, seriously. Mallory is still butthurt that I put out there that her mods bought her a couch. That was my bad. I said that before I tried to get any receipts for it, and nobody sent me any receipts, and I did apologize. And I think I apologized 2 months ago, maybe even 3. But Mallory, to this day, has such a bizarre obsession. I don't know if you guys heard any of her live yesterday, but I don't know if she just needs a friend or something, because she sits there while she's restreaming my live, and it's like she's talking to me. Like, did you guys hear any of that yesterday? Oh my God, it's like she's, like every time I would say something, it was like she had a reply to it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, my God, like, does her husband not talk to her? Does she not have any real friends? Like, is she just like trying to have a conversation with me? Because it was really weird. And I have to say, I think it was Kool-Aid that put a video out. I gotta find it. It was with Mallory. Was that Kool-Aid? Or was it contrary? I don't remember. Let me see. I think it was Kool-Aid. Oh, is it? I think it's weirder. Oh, yeah. Here it is. So listen to this, and I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna people's families. I'm gonna pause it so I can react to her claims that she's making. I mean, this is why Mallory does not have anybody in her lives anymore, because everybody knows that she has no credibility. You know, there's bullshit of her saying that she went back over there because she wanted to create a safe space, and there's people there that are terrified of Florida Man. I do believe that part. But I just wanted to be over there because I wanted to let people know that they... Fuck you. You didn't do that. We all know why you went over there. So just stop. Just stop. Nobody believes you. You could believe yourself. That's okay, Mel. If that's what you need to do, you do that. Because nobody else believes you. We all know who you are. Which, again, is why every time you get into somebody's box and you say, where was all this when Florida Man was going after me? Why didn't anybody stick up for me? Because we don't like you. I don't like you. I don't think you're a nice person. You have an inflated ego of yourself. So let's listen to all these lies that I Think It's Weirder was able to piece together. And shout out to I Think It's Weirder, because this is amazing. Listen to this.
No, guys, come on, you gotta stop this.
Who gives a fuck
You gotta
at this
stop this.
point?
Stop posting people's families.
Jesus
Stop
Christ,
doxing
Scammy,
people.
you're pretty much dealing the people in the same manner at this point.
Stop putting out...
So I deal with people in the same manner? Is that what you said, Mal? Really? Whose information have I put out, Mal? Again.
lies about people.
I'm not mad at either.
I've never seen... No. The limit to the GoFundMe is going to be $2,000. I'm setting it right now at just $1,000, but if people donate more...
And I also will say again, if anybody has anything on Scammy Claus showing that she behind the scenes is a massive bully and does things to antagonize or hurt other people, my inbox is open. You can remain anonymous. If we need to figure out a way to present evidence and not give you away, we can.
Tell me, Mal, how'd that go for you? How'd that go for you? I'm guessing since you haven't put any information out, it's because I don't do stuff like that. Behind the scenes bullying people. What? That was a swing and a miss.
People on this app, Cam.
These are the questions I asked.
I'm going to be transparent with my GoFundMe.
You weren't.
Because that's the way you're supposed to do it.
This aged very badly, Scammy.
What aged very badly, Mal, huh? What aged very badly with the GoFundMe? Can you tell me?
I just want to play the part where Jen is in there. Now, to give you kind of some background on thing other than he says.
No, that's not true.
Nothing.
That's not true.
You know, when he posts something,
recognize when you're
and I prove that he's
the
lying.
research that I am doing is showing that you're not telling me the truth.
And receipts every other day for how much is in the GoFundMe to keep people up to date.
Did she ever do that?
Yeah, Mal. Again, you're opening your mouth and you have no clue what you're talking about. I did. Did you ever do that? If you have to ask, why are you even talking about the topic then? If you don't know what you're talking about. Can you tell me that? Listen to this one. This is awesome. Listen to this.
Because I feel like when people ask if they can see the proof of the GoFundMe stuff, she tells them to fuck off.
No, that would be Pam. Yeah. Like anybody's asked me, can you show the proof? And I said, go fuck off. Yeah, that would be Pam. See, Mallory, this is what I'm talking about. Your credibility is bullshit. Your credibility is bullshit. You speak stuff you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You just speak stuff that you think is right or it's your opinion, and you try to make it into a fact, and it's not. And you end up looking like this. Stupid.
And even though Megan and I are not on Christmas card lists, I feel badly for her. And I feel badly for her daughter because this is bullshit.
Do you really?
And it's got to stop.
Because you've done shit like this to other people. I can't Scammy provide proof.
So, Scammy, do you really? Because you've done shit like this to other people? Really, Mal? Who have I done that to, Mal? And again, I'm sure I won't get an answer from you because I'm still waiting for your apology when you said I was full of shit that Mike didn't have a warrant. This is why your credibility sucks, Mal. Who did I call, Mal? Who have I called the police on? Who have I called DCF on? Who have I called to waste resources on? And yes, I do believe that it's bullshit what's happening to Megan. I've said that. I said that a month ago when it happened to her. I said it 2 months ago when it happened to her. See, that's the difference, Mal, between you and everybody else. We may not get along with somebody, but we have empathy still. And just because Megan and I are not buddy-buddy on this app, I do feel very badly for her that somebody keeps calling the cops on her or somebody called DCF. I do feel bad. But you have to keep flapping those chubby cheeks of yours over there to get some content. And you look foolish. You really do. You look foolish.
Of the warrant.
Scammy, but now they want it back. So this is the type of piece of shit this
I mean, it's a hypothetical judgmental
He's the one that would
situation.
use
because it's
intimidation
gonna happen.
tactics.
What am I
So that's
supposed
why
to
this
do?
is thing. Everybody else would do the same thing that he would. No, we are not the same. People do not do the same thing as your sort of man. We don't use intimidation.
I can't hear what Mallory's saying there because she's so
Listen,
quiet.
Well, you're bad at research. Stop trusting your research. You've been wrong a lot.
I've been wrong a lot. Do you research? Is that what you just told me, Mel? Okay.
I looked, and everything says that you can't see.
Well,
as a host,
the internet is gaslighting you.
I closed it down. You know, after we got that 1,000, after the GoFundMe got the 1,000, I said, well, let's try to get 2,000. And when I had to close it down, we were down.
And how do you send it? If I look at,
It doesn't say that the message has been seen.
well, you can mark it unsent, can't you?
Now, somebody said to me that it's possible.
But also, it shows
you
up
can
in your
turn something
notifications.
off in TikTok.
Why are you so
can read
obsessed with it,
messages
Zoe?
without.
Why am I so obsessed with it? Mally, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Like, it's embarrassing.
It's showing that the message was seen.
Or you can read it in your drop down when the
I don't know if
notification
that's
comes in,
possible.
dum-dum.
She has that turned off.
Dum-dum. Listen, girl, based on what I'm seeing right now, you've eaten way too many dum-dums, girl. You need to back off on the sweets. Mallory, this is why people don't like you, okay? This is exactly why. You know not of what you speak. You spout out a bunch of lies. I mean, let me show you this. Even her fucking dog is tired of her. Look, the dog is just like pretending to sleep so she won't pay attention to him. Look at that. Dog won't even look at her. Dog's like, shit, maybe if I don't turn my head, it won't look at me. Trying to sleep, trying to fall asleep, so maybe she won't pay attention to him. Just shut up, Mallory. Seriously. You're killing it, by the way, too. I saw how many people were in your live. Damn, just shut up. Let's talk about Sean for a little while. Shawnee Boy. I hear Shawnee Boy made his appearance on TikTok. Sean came back to TikTok. Well, well, well. First of all, Sean, learn how to spell Phoenix. Phenix is not Phoenix. That's Phoenix. I can. Hold on. Mr. Phoenix. Hold on, guys. I'm checking my email. I don't have anything in my email right now. Can you send it back? Can you resend it? Because I have nothing. I'll keep my email open, but yeah, I don't have anything. Hooked on Phoenix worked for him. You're damn right it has. But yes, Mr. Phoenix, it's MRPHENIX 33, came back to TikTok. Why did he come back to TikTok? What is the only reason why Sean comes back to TikTok? Because he needs money. Mr. Phoenix has been living where he is now. Doesn't have any money. God forbid he looks for a job. We know that's not going to happen. I think his girlfriend, quote unquote, his married girlfriend, probably does not, share that much money with him anymore. I'm sure her husband's not too happy about that. And Sean, I saw a transcript of when you called the police on Luann's husband that time. And you made a false claim on there, buddy. You said that there's a history of domestic violence in the family. You said that. I saw the transcript. And then I saw the transcript between the person who takes the phone calls and who talks to the cops. And that person said to the cops, well, the caller said there is a history of domestic violence in the family, but there's nothing on record. Interesting. Prior to Sean moving there, listen, her kids will tell you everything was not, but they had nowhere near the issues they are having now. And it is 100% because of Sean. Anybody that had an ounce of morals, which we all know he doesn't, would take a step away. And you know what? Listen, if they like each other, that's fine, But how about you take care of things first and then you start a relationship? There's nothing wrong with that. Hold on a minute, guys. Yeah, so I mean, listen, if if it's a relationship you both are into and you want to be involved with each other, just do the right things and get a divorce and go on and do that. But as it stands right now, Sean, you're causing problems. You're causing problems in the relationship. And they didn't have these problems. They didn't have police being called. They didn't have harassment charges and going to court and all that. Just stop. Just stop. Again, there's a common factor here. Why is it every time you move somewhere, Sean, you got problems with the neighbors? Why is that? Why is it every time you go somewhere, you have problems with people in authority? You have problems with people in your apartment complex. You have problems with the police in your town. You have problems with other adults in the town. Why is that? No, they're not. They're not in, supposedly not in that type of relationship. No. But we all know with Sean, when he needs something, okay, he will come back to TikTok because TikTok is his old stomping grounds for begging for money for shit that he needs that he can't afford. And I don't need to go into the huge list of stuff that people on TikTok have purchased him in the past 2 years. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And look where he's gotten with it. Absolutely nowhere. He's still the same person. He's not advanced in any way. He's not living better because all the money that people gave him. He's not doing anything to help himself. He's been talking about getting a truck for a long time. He was on TikTok, and because of all the negative videos that were being made on him being a beggar and a scammer, he got off of TikTok and he went over to Favorited. He said himself that he was pissed at me because I shut his money down. You're welcome. He went to Favorited and he thought that that was going to be his next meal ticket. And for a little while it was, but you know, when he was collecting from multiple big ticket items and he could collect nothing on it because nobody was giving him, you know, that amount of money anymore, he started to get pissed off. So then he made a Clapper account, which did absolutely nothing. And then if you remember, he came back to TikTok when he was looking to buy a truck. He didn't make any money on that. So then he went back to Favorited. He tried getting money for his truck there and money for his deposit on his apartment. He barely made anything on either of them. And now he's on Epic Studios. He was on Epic Studios for a couple days. That failed miserably. Went back to Favorited and back to TikTok. If you're trying to find friends, Sean, you had that on Favorited. Why do you have to come back to TikTok? If you remember last time when you came back to TikTok, nobody came to your lives. You came back to TikTok because you are about ready to ask for money again. Because if anybody on TikTok really liked you, they would have followed you to Favorited. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. They didn't follow you over there because they don't care about you that much. And I'm not being mean. I'm just being realistic. If they were all your good friends on TikTok, they would have followed you over there. It takes, what, 2 minutes to download Favorited and open an account? But you thought you could hit the pan again while it was lukewarm and you were going to get money off of it. It didn't happen. And it's not going to happen. And when you're on TikTok, I will stream you. So good luck with that. Okay, I want to pull up Snarks Live. Ratina, I messaged you back. I think I'm missing something. So if you can check it for me and see. I would appreciate that. Now, I am not going to play all of Snarks Live because, God, oh my God. Oh, it's grating on my nerves. But let's see here. Yeah, you're welcome. Everybody's thanking me for not playing the whole thing. I gotcha. I heard some of it today and I was like, oh, or a couple days ago, I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. She wasn't on today, was she? And all the things. I think the last time she was on was yesterday. And again, I am not playing this whole thing. Because it's an hour and 45 minutes. I don't need to listen to her bullcrap. Oh, by the way, if you're in here, Smash, remember when Reds was in a box? And she said, I don't make comments over there. I don't do that comments. Gotcha, girl. I got the screenshots. I'll show them at the end. Oopsie. 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 So her screen is this. This is Snarks. In fact, let me see if I can show those now. Let's see. While we're waiting. Oh, here we go.
Alexa, volume 2. Alexa, volume 1. What up, everybody? Listen, I found a clip. Alexa, volume 1. Hypocrisy moments. But, man. And,
Reds, it's the rules for you, but not for them. Oh, look, and she's a mod.
Like, free your mind. And, absolutely love her.
Scammy sadly looks like you don't do wash, so you can't wash her tennis shoes for her. What?
You can't say good morning?
What, Reds? You don't make comments in there, though, do you?
I just don't want to hear from you.
You don't. You don't make comments in his chat, Reds.
Good morning.
Let me guess. You were partially asleep, right?
You can stay, Jessica.
Were you partially asleep? Is that what it was?
I've ever even seen Reds talk badly about somebody, but I've never seen Reds. How?
Sorry for the skippies here, but
accepting
there's skippies all over with us.
Of horrible behavior. Not only, but let me, I want to make this clear because I'm not talking about like horrible behavior, like just doxing or, the things that everybody seems to be doing on a regular fucking basis and acting as if it's okay. Because I heard Smashley in that live, ask Reds if she was a nurse and then said, hey, somebody said we should report you to the nursing board. And girl, I just said, here's their name. Do what you do. Mind completely blurs their name. Do what you do. Mind completely blown. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Reds does so. It's guilt by association, and everybody around Florida man is guilty. which is crazy to me, Smash, because I remember a couple weeks ago, Sunshine Sunshine completely wrecked a friend of yours, completely wrecked them. And you were really angry.
Annoying enough already, but having to listen to her sounding like she's repeating stuff. Oh, God.
You were standing up for your friend. And I guess you just forgot about that. Really angry about it. That's a mod status there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Status there.
Oh my God, I can't.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Are those giggle faces? Those right there. Are we giggling when correct? Over 5 months. But you thought it was funny. See you giggling? And you're a mod for Sunshine. Sunshine. Okay, so let's recap. Giggling. Did Smashley call and call this out? No, you didn't do that. You only did that when it affected your friend. You only did that when it affected your friend that one day. That one day where it affected... No, you didn't do that. You only did that when it pissed you off so much and became her mod and started clapping for everything she was doing. And mind you, Sunshine and that whole situation started clapping for everything she was doing.
Oh my God, this is annoying.
And then he answered. So the whole time that Sunshine was doing some really harmful fuck shit, you were completely fucking quiet, right? You were completely fucking quiet. You can turn the comments back.
You know what, Snark? I'll tell you what. I do agree with you on one thing. When Sunshine, who has since apologized to me profusely, when Sunshine threatened to dox my family, because remember, at this point I had been doxed already multiple times, but she was going to give my family's name, you know, my extended family, my brothers, nieces, nephews, all that stuff. When she was going to do that, you didn't stay quiet. You didn't. And I hats off to you for that. Because if you remember correctly, you cheered it on. You cheered Sunshine on. And recently I heard you say a big fat lie. You said, first of all, when Sunshine threatened to do that to me, you said, well, I don't agree with doxing, but in this case, I'm okay with it when it was going to be me. That's what you said at the time. So again, it's okay if it's anybody else but you, right, Snark? Then you said, oh, well, when Sunshine was doing that, I was going after Bilal. Ooh, Bilal. And Abood. That's what Snark tried to sell it at. That Sunshine was mad because I was going after them. And Snark even said it had nothing to do with me. But then she was mad when I reached out to Sunshine and I said, listen, my family is more important than this bullshit. I will stop talking about Abood and Bilal. I said, but I'm not going to stop talking about Pam. You know, if she brings me up, I am going to bring her up. So I let it go for a couple days, and Pam was still talking. So I messaged Sunshine. I said, listen, she's still talking about me. So I'm going to defend myself. And she was like, that's fine. And then Pam was mad, if you remember correctly, because I started making videos about her again. And what was her comment? I didn't agree with the negotiations that Sunshine had with Scammy Claus. But it had nothing to do with you, according to yourself, Snark. It was all about me going after Abood and Bilal. So why didn't you agree with it? And again, Snark, this is why nobody believes you either. You lie so much you can't tell your ass from your elbow. So which was it? It didn't have to do with me? Or did it have to do with you and you didn't like the negotiations? Or it did have to do with you? Or it didn't have... Which one is it, Snark? Are you okay with doxing? Are you not okay with doxing? Because I've said straight across the board, and I haven't faltered on my opinion. But you have. It was okay as long as it didn't have to do with you, right? If it was me, then it was okay. But as soon as all of a sudden, no, it wasn't a good idea. And it was wrong. Right? I am going to... You're going to walk with me into my garage where you know what I do in my garage. Listen, the signal might go a little wonky a couple times, okay? I'm aware of that because when I go in the garage, I'm farther away from my router. So just bear with it, okay?
On. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Now, I don't know for a fact that any of the things that Florida Man is doing have affected anybody in any negative way. I don't know if anybody's mental health is bad about it. I really don't know. Uh-huh. What I do know and what I've seen with my own eyes are people's real lives, like their physical fucking lives, not their internet personas, not their internet presence being disrupted. Their actual, real, daily lives are being affected. And this is you clapping for it and supporting it. But we're supposed to have a problem with everything and anything that is said or done about you. But you cannot do that for anybody else. Now, what I really have to say this looks like attention seeking.
What did she just say? I don't even understand what the fuck she just said there. I don't know. So is she saying that it's wrong? Is she saying that people's lives are being negatively impacted off the app like their real lives? Like seriously, did anybody, am I the only one who didn't understand that? Because that made no, like, I don't know what position she's taking on this.
Lives are being affected. Lives. Bad about any of the things that Florida Man is doing have affected anybody in any negative way. I don't know if anybody's mental health is bad about it. I really don't know.
Blame it on
What I
Snark.
do know and what I've seen with my own eyes are people's real lives, like their physical fucking lives, not their internet personas, not their internet presence being disrupted. Their actual, real, daily lives are being affected.
I still don't get it. What is she saying?
And this is you clapping for it and supporting it. But we're supposed to have a problem with everything and anything that is said or done about you. But you cannot do that for anybody else. Now, what I really have to say this looks like attention-seeking behavior. This looks like I want to be involved in this so bad because it is, in fact, my content. If I actually stop engaging, then I'm going to lose my content.
Really? Really, Snark? What exactly is your content, by the way, Snark? I mean, you used to have a good platform, from what I hear. But look what you're talking about. I mean,
what are you going to listen to at night? Who are you going to argue with? Who are you going to try to call out? Because what you did to Reds, fucking ridiculous. And I am so sick of you all picking on the quiet person. Out of the entire fucking group, I am tired of you picking on the quieter people.
Snark, you do realize that Red went into Smash's box, right? She requested a box. It's not like anybody grabbed her and threw her physically into Smash's live. She went in on her own and she took a box. Just because she ended up looking foolish, and she lied, by the way, and I showed that already. She's not quiet. She's in his chat, stirring up shit. God, I love making people look stupid.
None of us can stand on anything. Not one of us. Because if we did, then a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen. It wouldn't continue to go on. But none of us can. Then a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen. It wouldn't continue to go on. But none of us can. None of us can say, hey, that's absolutely fucking wrong. I don't care who the fuck it happens to. It's wrong.
None of us can say that? Really?
We feed into it the entire time. We feed into it the entire time because we want the angst, we want the entertainment, we want the back and forth. We can't wait until the next person goes live to aim because we want the angst, we want the entertainment, we want the back and forth. We can't wait until the next person.
Listen, Snark, we know you get money behind the scenes, okay? I've seen money that you've received. I saw the money you got from Farah this fall. Can you please get a better Wi-Fi connection? That's all I'm asking.
Scammy clause.
Yes, honey.
You can't. You look stupid up there. And you know, what about all, can we stop with the whataboutisms? That's why we never get anywhere. If I say, hey, Smash, did you, if I say, hey, Smash, did you A, B, and C? The next thing Smash is gonna say, well, what about? Hey, Scammy, didn't you fucking... Yeah, but what about? And it's gonna be what about?
Well, do you know why that is, Snark? Because it's people like you that sit there and complain when something happens to you, but you're the same one that condones the same shit that other people do. As long as it's not you, right? As long as it's not happened to you, it's okay. You don't call it out. But all of a sudden, when you're the victim of it, oh God. That's why. That's why we do that. Because you're all hypocrites.
You're ever going to get to the beginning to kick it off.
I can answer that. I can answer that, Snark. Because again, some of you have very short memories. I can answer that for you. And make over 1,000 posts about Scam Slam. That's what started it. That's what started it, Pam. Back in July. So why don't you do your homework? That's what started it. So you want to pinpoint it? There you go. And she wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, but what about?
She wasn't doing anything. And every day he was making multiple videos. And then, God forbid, anybody stood up for Scam. All of a sudden, you became the next victim of his. That's how it started, Snark.
It's gonna be what about? And we're never, ever going to get to the beginning. To where who the one person was that did the one thing to kick it off.
Well,
ever going to get to the beginning.
I just schooled you on that, Snark.
Who the one person was that did the one thing to
and you know what? You know what I'm sure, Snark? If you'd like to be educated on all of that, if you don't know about it, I'm sure at some point Scam would come into your live and tell you the whole story. Tell you about all of the videos, tell you about the court appearances, tell you about all the things. I'm sure she would tell you.
Off. You can what about until you're blue in the face. You will never get wrong. Stand up. If somebody's job is being affected, it doesn't matter whose job it is. It's wrong. Stand up.
I agree with you.
It doesn't matter whose job it is. It's wrong. Stand up. If somebody's family member is being attacked, it doesn't matter whose family member it is. It's wrong. Stand up. If somebody's family member is being attacked, it doesn't matter whose family member it is. It's wrong. Stand up.
God, listening to her say everything 2 and 3 times. Oy. But again, Snark, you didn't feel like that. You didn't feel like that in July or August. You didn't feel like that when Sunshine threatened me. You didn't feel like that. You were all for it. And as soon as people started going after you, holy shit. Yeah, she didn't stand up. She sat the fuck down. That's what she did.
That's why it doesn't stop. That's why it doesn't stop.
No.
I feel good about myself in my physical life where I'm not valued, where I'm not given the attention that I need. So I have to be a dick on the internet so that I can feel bigger in my physical fucking life. Not given the attention that I need. So I have to be a dick on the internet. Affected people on this app so horribly that they've not wanted to be here anymore. And it's not just one person, it's a lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people. That woman has made people's lives, actual lives, a living hell.
So she's talking about Sunshine right now. And according to what Sunshine has said, and I'm sure Sunshine has the proof of this, and I'm basing it on what Sunshine says, okay? Pam, isn't it true you've called her police a couple times? I mean, that's what I was told. She's put that out there. Now, to be fair, I have not seen proof of that. So I'm basing it on what Sunshine has said based on talking to her police. So can you 100% Snark say that you have not called Sunshine's police department? Can you 100% say that?
But you want to get up here and complain that somebody's doing some fuck shit to you? In actual lives, a living hell. Things without a second thought. And here's one thing about Scammy Claus, because you can't tell me another fucking thing. That is who that woman is. To her fucking soul.
I missed something. What am I?
Quit. I do not battle. Fuck.
Wait. I missed something here.
Thought. Things without a second thought. And here's one thing about Scammy Claus, because you can't tell me another fucking things.
I missed something.
Fuck shit to you. In hell. That woman has made people's lives, actual lives, a living. A lot of people horribly that they've not wanted to be here anymore. And it's not just one person, it's a lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people. That woman has made people's lives, actual lives, a living hell. But you want to get up here and complain that somebody...
Snark, whose multiple people's lives, whose lives have I made a living hell? Can you tell me that? It's funny how you don't name anybody, right? What are you going to say, Jen? You going to say I made Jen's life a living hell? Why? Because she told you that, because she says this story a lot, that because of my awareness on her, that she wanted to unalive herself. Do you know how many times she's used that story for multiple reasons for attention? Well, let me guess. Again, you don't know that because you don't know all of Jen's history, right? Right? You don't know if you don't pick up the phone right away when she wants to talk to you, all of a sudden she'll say she's going to do that. Or when she gets caught in a huge lie and she's... And who's everybody else? Who's everybody else? There are many people in my life right now that can say Jen had threatened that to them. Something that they said as a reason why she was going to do that. And again, Snark, can you tell me why, if I did that, why was she in contact with me up until last August via email? And she was thanking me for helping her get where she was. Can you tell me that, Snark? No, you can't. because again, you're talking out of your ass because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the situation. What's up, Scam?
So, I just wanted to talk about and clarify something about her last statement about not knowing how all of this originated and everything else. She is 100% lying because about a year ago, a phone call was coordinated between her and I. And it was before she was sitting with Florida Man or anything. She was just running her platform, doing her own thing. But she had heard about everything going on, and she said she wanted to use her platform. So she wanted to go after Florida Man. She wanted to stop him from the stuff he was doing. She felt that me and 13 and Skittles were being harassed by Florida Man, and she wanted to allow us to come on her platform and tell our stories and have a voice because she felt like we were being silenced about what was happening to us. Well, so she knew everything. I had a phone call with her. I told her how everything started. I told him everything that he had done to me, so she knew. She knows how it started. She knows what he did to me. She had conversations. 13's in here. She can verify. And then some things changed with her, and we really didn't feel comfortable, I guess, like going on her platform. And also, I mean, she did speak about him a couple times. I don't know if anybody remembers this. She held about 2 lives where she did talk about Florida Man and the things that he was doing to us. Okay. And then he started coming after her. He started speaking about her in her live stream, in his live streams and everything. And somehow she ended up over there with him. So her saying that she doesn't know how any of this started, I had multiple conversations with her. We even had a Discord chat set up with like me and her and 13 and a few other people where we were trying to coordinate something. She said she was going to go after Florida Man, and it never panned out, and she ended up over there with him even after knowing everything that I went through, that 13 went through, that Skittles went through, because we all had conversations with her.
Wow.
So she is a liar. She is a liar. And I still have record of that Discord chat that she was in with us where she wanted to do that. She wanted to go after him, she said. But then when some heat came on her from Florida Man, she folded and went right to him.
To piggyback off of what Sam just said, Snark was furious that we wouldn't share our stories with her. She was pissed because she wanted to do it to make her platform, I guess, like bigger or attention or something. But I literally had whiplash of how fast she jumped from us to him.
Wow. Wow. So for her saying that she doesn't know how this whole thing started, she's full of shit.
Yeah, she's a liar. I mean, I sent her my court documents and everything. And I told her everything that he did to me and why I ended up having to get the protection order and everything else up to that point. This was about a year ago. So she knows. We had personal conversations and chats with her.
And just to clear everything up here, okay? Scam, you had and still have a protection order on him, and he's already broken that protection order, correct?
Yes. I mean, he has been violating it the whole time. For a while, he didn't directly speak on me, but I was still being harassed via third party by his weird friends.
I was a third.
Yeah. 13 admits that. He convinced 13 to harass me, and she admitted that, and she even gave evidence of that to the police.
The day I got scammed, I already told you this. I don't know if everybody knows this, but the day that he walked out of that courthouse, he was already texting me and Jenna to go at you.
Yep.
Not
And
even an hour.
I called the police, and the police heard it live. I showed him the phone. He heard what was happening, and he took a report. But he said unless I had proof that it was that he directed them to do that, they wouldn't be able to act on it. But there are police reports on file with the police department in the county where he used to live, where the protection order is, that I did let them know. And then I don't know, it's just recently over the past maybe 2 or 3 months that he just, I guess, figures F it, and he's just been going at me directly, now again. But it's never stopped. It's never stopped. And this has been going on for a year and a half, like daily.
So your PO is still intact, and he has already broken it. Are you going to have the courts enforce that?
Oh, absolutely. They just can't do anything unless they know where he is.
Right.
But
And
if he gets extradited to Florida, he keeps saying it's his fault.
when he gets,
Yeah,
not if,
when
when.
when he gets extradited to Florida, he keeps saying that this is not true, but anybody can Google it. It is a felony to violate, to harass and stalk someone in Florida that you already have a protection order against.
Okay,
So
and just so we're clear on this too, 13, there's a warrant out for him in Pennsylvania, right?
There's a warrant in Jersey and Pennsylvania for him.
Okay. So if he is in those states, because I know warrants can be, anywhere in the country, or it can be just your state, or it could be your state and surrounding states.
Florida
So
is
you,
extraditable, and Jersey and PA are not.
okay. But you
So
do, so there
if
is
he
a
gets
warrant.
picked up on my warrant, go ahead.
No, so if when he's extradited to Florida, they'll see that he has another active warrant in another state.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yep.
Okay.
If he's picked up in Florida, he'll do his time in Florida, and then they will bring him to PA, and then bring him to Jersey and any other place he has warrants for to do his time.
Does he have any other warrants out that we know of? Wasn't there somebody else that got a warrant for him? I
Queen
don't
E
know.
has one.
Who does?
Queen E.
So Queenie has one also.
That's the only one that I'm aware of. The only other one that I'm aware of.
Huh. Well, I suggest everybody, as I've said, keep all of your paperwork together, everything. And when he's picked up and he's in Florida, I'd say at that point, or even now, reach out to the district attorney there now, and just say, listen, this is what he's done to me, and this is everything I have, and, all that stuff. Because that's going to be the time to hit him with it, you know? You need, Duchess, you need a warrant for that. And the only time that's going to happen is if the marshals get the case. That's the only time. You have to get a warrant from a judge to be able to ping somebody's phone. And, Alachua County is not going to do that. I'm not sure how and why and when it would go to a marshal. I'm not sure of, what Alachua does with that, but how do they get the marshals? I'm not sure what their, I'm not sure when they finally go to that point. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, if it was in the marshal's hands, they would do all that stuff and they would have him picked up. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So, but anything else, Scam and 13? Anything else you
no,
want?
I mean, I just wanted to clarify that she is completely lying because she knows I told her everything that he did and how it started and how I didn't even really know him at all. Never did anything to him or any of his friends, anything. And it was just relentless every day. And she knows everything that happened. She's a liar.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for
Correct me if
clarifying
I'm
that.
wrong.
What was that, 13?
I'm sorry. Scam, correct me if I'm wrong, but the reason why he went at you was because of Polly, yeah?
He had a disagreement with poly and tattoos, yes. And then he wanted me to remove tattoos from my platform, and he wanted me to give him all of tattoos personal information because he wanted to go after him, which I didn't even know his information, and I wouldn't give him it even if I had. Yeah, and he gave me a whole list of demands for my platform and gave me a few hours or something to implement them, and I responded with a bunch of laughy faces, and that's what set everything off.
Yep, and he did that to me too. He wanted me, there were like 4 or 5 things he wanted me to do
Mm-hmm.
the next time I went live. And that was, I mean, that's over a year and a half ago. Over a year
Yep.
and a half ago.
Yep,
And
I still have the list.
I was like, F you.
I have the list, and it was presented in court. It's all there in evidence.
Yeah.
I presented all my evidence. He keeps trying to say that I got my protection order on technicality. No, we were scheduled for a half an hour hearing. We were actually there for a whole hour. And the other hearings for that day had to get delayed because we were there for a whole hour. All of the evidence is still on file at the Knox County Courthouse, including a whole entire flash drive of video clips and documents and everything else, all of the evidence. And he literally admitted to doing every single thing that he said. Everything. He admitted to everything. And he admitted that the whole Intercept Cash App thing was false, that he had filed a false FBI report, everything. Everything.
Well, the judge asked him if he had proof, and he was like, no.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then she said, if you had no proof, why would you file this report? This seems like you're making a false report to harass her. And he had nothing to say about that. So silence is golden. It was all a lie.
Factual. Scammy, I'm gonna get you on the back end. I gotta tell you something.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Thank you
Email
for
me,
letting me
okay?
know.
Do you want to email me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Thank you, Scammy.
Yep. So I'm assuming that the rest of Snark's Live was similar to this, where she can't really make it clear what she's talking about. I know she started bouncing around to a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, Snark. And listen, I'll admit it. I've said stuff before without, looking into it. And I've had to apologize to people before. But, some of this stuff, like what Scam just clarified, that she actually had a conversation with Snark, and Snark seemed to forget that. I think I would probably remember that. I think I would. One other thing I want to show you next is I want to show you, and then I'm going to get off of here. I want to show you my stalker. Those of you who don't know who this guy is. And this is the next thing I'll be dealing with in a couple of different ways. So this guy up in Massachusetts who's made, I would say at this point, over 300 videos about me. Over 300 videos about me. And has gone live about me probably that many times. This guy's a piece, I'll tell you. This guy's a piece of work. To give you a little background into this guy, for those of you that don't know, he was in my live back at the beginning of December, and he said something in the chat, and one of my mods was like, oh, hell no, and blocked him. So he went on live that night, and he was pissed off that he got blocked. And he made some comment about, oh, well, I have receipts and proof of this and that, and of course never showed anything. And from that point on, he has been on a bender of just making videos, all lies, slanderous, harassment, the whole thing. And I want to play part of this live that he had today, okay? Is this it? Because he went on about, I don't know. Probably like 5 points.
Got nobody. Tell you your address because I got it written down. I'll say it right on this live. I don't care. Don't come in my live. I told you not to.
He is under the assumption that every single person that goes into his live, which is like 2 or 3, is me. Like, he thinks that I have like 1,000 different accounts. It is like the creepiest thing in the world. Like, he made a video where he took a screenshot of people that have either looked at his videos or gone into his lives, and he thinks they're all me.
You're cyber stalking. You keep on your pocket watching. Because I know. Amy, have the police been to your house yet? The Sandy Hook police, have they come yet? I'm asking you a question. Answer it. If they haven't come, it could be today. Because yes, I've been in contact with them. So you enjoy that little knock on your door. And all this, yeah, you are. I know you are. And guess what? Guess what? DCF has all the recordings of you inviting pedos to your house. So, yeah, you're going to probably rip your kid out of your house. How do you like that, Amy? How do you like that? How do you like that, Amy? Amy, you don't want to play with me. Department of Child and Family Services. Because you got a minor child in that house. And, yeah, you're inviting pedos over and having pedos from TikTok.
He's not, Lady Day.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Hey, I identify as a problem. You call my family, you play with me, you play with others, and I make sure they have everything. Oh, I'm going to have a great Martin Luther King Day. Enjoy when the police show up at your house. It could be
Yeah, the police didn't show up to my house. I have asked this guy multiple times to stop. He lives in Massachusetts. I have asked this guy multiple times to stop. I've made videos asking him to stop. I went into his live about 3 weeks ago and I said, Mike, you got to stop this. This has gone too far. You know, there's just no reason for him to be doing this. I was trying to get a phone number for his boyfriend, because when he goes live, you can hear somebody in the background and you can hear him saying, you know, get off TikTok or stop, just stop it. You know, you're going too far, stuff like that. So I'm like, you know, this gentleman doesn't seem like he's firing on all cylinders. And so I figured I'll speak with his boyfriend and try to talk some sense, because I mean, you know, it's just ridiculous. So got a phone number and I called and I thought it was his boyfriend. It was actually his boyfriend's dad. And I talked to his dad, I think it was a week after Christmas. Very nice gentleman. I gave him my name and I told him what was happening. And he said, I'm going to reach out to my son and get this to stop, because this is ridiculous. So obviously Mike did not like it when his boyfriend's dad called. So that pissed Mike off even more. And then he went on as far as to say that I threatened this gentleman, which is far from the truth. He was a very nice guy. So that pissed him off. And his boyfriend's dad told me a lot of information about Mike, which adds up. And I'm not going to put that out here because I don't want to play my cards. Let's put it that way. So he's very pissed off about that. But according to him, I threatened this gentleman on the phone. So I'm looking forward to him showing the proof that I did that. And then he said that I threatened him with pew-pews, which again never happened. But let's listen.
Any minute now. I wouldn't get in her box, and then she's calling my family members, telling them to stop posting about her and making threats. Like, she's nuts. She's 57 years old. She's 57 years old. She lives in Sandy Hook, Connecticut. I have her address. I gave it to the police.
Our GMC certified service experts, like you, know the importance.
She thinks this is a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a game. I don't play games. And I don't play with the trash. I take it out.
For your GMC.
Now,
Yeah,
remember, this is coming from a guy that's made over 300 videos about me and goes live multiple times a day to talk about me. I think I've made 2 videos. One of them was the first time he made a video about me. I was like, sit down. You know, you're giving off you live in your mommy's basement vibes. There was that video. And then I made another one saying, you got to stop this. That's as far as I've gone. I haven't even really talked about him on here. How does he know me? He doesn't know me. He's gotten all my information from people like Florida Man who put my information out. And other people that have made videos about me. That's how he's gotten my information. So do you guys see how dangerous this shit is? Because this guy is not well. And he only lives a couple hours from me.
You're not, though, because you get the same IP address, so that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Same IP address? That's interesting.
Oh, because now he can pull IP addresses. Okay.
The FBI has all your usernames.
Oh, the FBI. Okay.
It's not a game. I'm not going to give you receipts. You want receipts? The FBI has the receipts.
FBI has the receipts. The police have the
All that
receipts.
needs to have them. You
Okay.
get nothing from me. No screen time. Remember I told you? I'm not giving you no screen time.
These streets remind me
You effed around. No, I didn't say I would show you. I said I showed the FBI. I'm great. How are you? In the Sandy Hook Police Department. And yes, I do have your address, Amy. And other people have posted your address, so it's everywhere. I haven't posted it. I can say that. But other
Guess what? No, you did post my address, and I have that video saved. So you're lying about that. You did post my address.
Yeah, so wait for the police to come. They'll be there. They've been contacted. You want to play games? You play games? You play in the dirt, you're going to get money. No, you enjoy playing around with people's lives, and that's not acceptable. Here it is everywhere. She likes to play games. She's going to find out. It's not a game. I don't play games. Amy Grasso, she lives in Sandy Hook, Connecticut, and she's a chomo protector. A chomo protector. She likes to protect. Oh, wow, isn't that nice? That probably hit you in the face, didn't it? Probably hit you right in the face. Oh, I did it. I already did it. I've already contacted the police, DCF, everything, everyone, IRS, Social Security. I gave them all their information, and I'm very happy about it. It's a celebration. It's a celebration, Amy. You should call my family members. You don't do that. Okay? And I gave her information to some other people too that I'm sure nice people. You know what I mean? Like
Listen to this threat here.
yeah, you don't play with someone that knows has connections. You really don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. That's a bad move. I'm not gonna chill out. I did what I did, and I'm gonna say I'm the one that did it. I'm the one. She should be careful. None of your business.
No, he doesn't work.
questioning. I just said it's none of your business. He's in the other room. Not your business, though. My dog is inside. Amy, stop riding your father's coattails. No, it's never too early. I have a job. Do you? Because you're always on live, aren't you?
So he's having a conversation with somebody he thinks it's me. Everybody that goes into his live, he thinks it's me. And by the way, he does not work. I know that.
You're just a troll, Amy. You're an internet troll. That's what everyone says. I've shown everyone that I know what you look like. What you look like, Amy. So what if I don't drink every day? And yes, I do work. But here's the thing, Amy. I've shown everyone I know your picture, where you live. Oh well, I've contacted the police. No, I don't. You don't know my life. You don't know my life. You don't know my life. Everyone I know your picture, where you live. Oh well, I've contacted the police. No, I don't. You don't know my life. You don't know my life. You don't know my life. Oh well, some woman on this app, I'm not going to say who it is. I'm going to keep that discreet. She called DCF on someone's granddaughter, okay? So she got what she coming. But this is...
I called DCF on someone's granddaughter? Really? I did? Where'd you get that from?
The thing, she makes false claims. When I make claims, I have receipts. Oh well, then she shouldn't have messed with me. I identify as a problem. F around, you find out. She should have left well enough alone. And she does it to other people, so she gets her own karma back. That's how it works in life. I'm steady trying to find the Amy was never taught. There's always going to be someone bigger, smarter, and stronger, and more willing to push the envelope.
Now that's funny. I'm sorry.
That's her issue, not a Michael issue. Oh well, she shouldn't have messed with my friend. And she wouldn't have, she called my father-in-law. She wouldn't mess with people that I like on this app. Guess what she's gonna get? Payback. I believe in vengeance. Dirty people get dirty. I said I'm not gonna disclose that.
So this is the type of stuff I've been dealing with him now for a month and a half. And I kept my mouth shut. But that's all about to end. You know, he says that, I'm glad he says he has a lawyer. Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 209A provides abuse prevention orders for, hold on a minute. Let me get the right one. Let me get the right one here because there's two different ones. Let me get the full number in here so I can read it to you. And tell me who it sounds like has done this stuff. Massachusetts General Law 265-43A defines criminal harassment prohibiting willfully and maliciously engaging of a pattern of conduct directed at a specific person that seriously alarms them and will cause a reasonable person substantial emotional distress, covering online actions like cyberstalking through emails, messages, or social media, with penalties including imprisonment, fines, especially for repeat offenses. Willful and malicious conduct, the acts must be done intentionally and with ill will. pattern of conduct. It's not a single incident, but a series of acts over time directed at a specific person. The behavior targets an identifiable individual. Serious alarm and distress. The conduct must cause the victim to feel seriously alarmed, and reasons can escalate to 10 years in prison, $15,000 fine, or both. Also, when an individual files the paperwork for this, you can also file file for damages, which I intend to do. You know, I've asked him to stop. I'm not sure. I personally, I think he's doing it to try to get attention. According to what his, I'm confused because he keeps saying his father-in-law. According to his father-in-law, he's not married. So I don't know why he keeps saying father-in-law, but whatever. His boyfriend's father told me that all of a sudden Mike decided right around the same time he started doing this to me that he wanted to become a big TikTok creator. And he wanted to make money off of TikTok. So I think in a way this was planned, and this is why he's doing it. From what I've seen, it's not going real well for him. And, he wanted to become famous, but I think unfortunately he's going to be famous for other things and not for being a successful TikTok streamer. So, again, I don't, a lot of the stuff on TikTok, people make videos. He's not living in a reality that he should be, the fact that he lives relatively close to me, it's concerning. Yes, he does seem a bit unstable. He lives delusional in a lot of ways, thinking that I'm like posts into a Dropbox for me because I'm blocked on everything. My main account, all of a sudden one day I saw it was unblocked, which was weird. And that's when I went in there to try to have a conversation with him, but he didn't want anything like that. So then I blocked him. So I don't have access to any of his videos. All I know is every day the Dropbox is getting larger and larger. And I have all of the lives now that he's been doing too. Well, I'm going to ask for that. I'm going to ask for that through the court because I think that's necessary at this point. Yeah, Duchess, I think so. I mean, it's not normal behavior, you know what I mean? So that's what that's what I'm focusing in on now. So reason with him to stop this because it's really weird. I mean, I've never had any interactions with this guy, prior to him starting to do all these videos.
Backwards hat on that sauce. You gotta put the backwards hat on it.
Yeah. We'll do that next time.
Yeah. From earlier, when we were listening to Amanda, I found something and I just want to play it, because I feel like it spoke to me when I heard it. Hold on one moment.
I love when things speak to you.
Isn't that cute?
That's a cute song.
Yeah, since they want to say, "Oh, she's a pick-me," I was like, you know what? I'll find a song. There are songs about it.
It's a good song.
I was like, heck yeah,
that's a good song.
Yeah,
there it is.
But you know what?
You're always coming. You're always coming with the receipts.
That's right. But you know what? They picked a man who harassed women and stalks women, and I picked the women. So that makes me a pick me. Have at it.
Go, go, girl. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I have a title now. I'm excited.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Y'all have a good night.
Thanks,
I'll be in the
Breeze.
comments.
So one thing that I will agree with Amanda on with her live, there is a lot of shit going on in the world right now. You know, she made a comment about people should focus more on what's going on in the real world. TikTok starts to bleed into your real world with people falsely calling police, or people called DCF. And somebody said that somebody called on Megan again today. I don't know if that's factual or not. I didn't hear it, but somebody said that. I mean, that stuff is bullshit. When this stuff here starts bleeding into your life off of TikTok, nobody wants that shit to happen. Nobody wants it to happen. But unfortunately, there's a bunch of us on here that have to deal with that. And again, I just think it's so ironic that there are so many people that are on this side of the app where they see it happening to others and they don't speak up about it. And they even laugh about it, and they even egg people on to do it. But yet it happens to them and it's wrong. It's crazy. I don't know if MJ is going live. I don't know if she's still in here, but if she, wants to say a yay or nay, that would be good. I'd like to listen to somebody for a while. Oh, there definitely is, Firewife. Absolutely. Absolutely there is. You can hear the talking points. You know what I mean? Oh, Rutina said she is? Good. Well, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to get off of here then, because she might be on now. I don't know. I don't think she's waiting for me to get off, but she's not. Rutina lied to the masses. Typical. Guys, listen. Mods, thank you very much for your usuals, for keeping an eye on the door. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Lots of topics tonight. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate the clips people sent to me, the videos that people make. Thank you very much for that. And I hope everybody has a wonderful night and a great day tomorrow. And we'll listen to hear if MJ goes on. You guys all know that Smash will go on later. But have a good night. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.